Load up the mystery machine. We're going on an adventure today.
We have a doppelganger from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. And if you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, an awesome group of folks hanging out from all over the world. They'd love to meet you, too.
They would. And for our mention today, we wanted to say a special thank you to those of you who have used our Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement affiliate link listed in our description.
Yeah, y'all, it's the only affiliate link that we use in the whole wet shaving world. So thank you so much for using that link and letting us know that you'd like us to cover more PAA soaps. And what is our soap today?
Our soap today is Doppelgänger Oxblood, and this is another one from the Purge that we have that we added to our collection, and we cannot wait to open it.
And Doug Lane said it is one of the most quintessential barbershop scents in the entire fragrance world. Are you kidding me? Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, so from the sales page at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements.
If this is your first time hearing of Oxblood, you must be new, for this juice is the stuff of legends, a smooth homage and tip of the old pith hat to Penoligan sartorial. Also, one of our first 3 original doppelgangers and CK6 soaps ever made.
I have always enjoyed this scent and kinda love it. I would describe it as a heroical, sophisticated barbershop blend of epic. A fresh, spicy, aromatic blast of floral, woody, metallic, and sweet. A modern classic and favorite among many a traditional wet shaver for the last 12 years, and rightly so. It is a very rich, nostalgic, and masculine fougere. Its power lies in drawing from that till recently long-lost art of traditional shaving, truly a must for every shaved in.
Well, aren't we glad we get to add this to our deck?
Yo, I think I might be lost without it according to this, but we will know in a minute when we open the box.
I think there's 3 in this box, so let's see what we got.
Yo, we placed one last order when we found out a bunch of perennials were suddenly going to get pulled for a while from the inventory at Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, and then we placed another order and then another couple of orders before the final stroke of midnight fell. So we've done pretty well for ourselves here. Let's see, what do we got? You did not see Shave Chaser. Aramis.
Nope.
Aramis. Ha-ha! But y'all, you did see this. This is our first Spaceman Doppelganger label. We've got F-bombs and we've got Doppelganger Orange, but those do not have this little
They
Spaceman.
do not.
Look at that.
It's kind of a brownish color. It's like a spaceman inside a spaceman.
Right. This is the special foamy paper that they wrap your aftershaves in. Oh, there's that dapper silhouette of our spaceman, and we are going up into orbit for a special adventure today, y'all. Let's have a first impression. All right, well, being a red-blooded American male who definitely has a thing for barbershops, I'm going to let you go first
think?
and ask you some questions,
boy.
because you know everything I know about barbershops.
I don't know. We're about to find out.
Take it in. What color is it going to be?
It's
normal
Phoenix
lovely.
color.
All right, here we go. Take it in. What do
I'm
you get?
curious, knowing it's more of an homage to something, and that it's kind of a barbershop thing.
Yep, and a classic one at that.
Oh, there's something fun in the middle of this.
Yeah?
I get why it could be sort of a barbershop, but this is a whole different side of that. Nothing powdery at all. It doesn't take me to the blue barbershop. It's like its own kind of barbershop here.
Your face was not what I was expecting. What are you
Me
finding in
either.
there?
There's a part in this that's familiar to me, but it's like from way back in the 90s. Like, I don't know what in it is like oddly like a throwback thing. I mean, it's from 2010, it said, but there's something in this that's taken me way, way, way back. So I don't think I knew anyone that wore it necessarily, like the original, but it could be like something from those times that's coming through.
Right.
It almost made my mouth want to water, but it's not gourmand. Hold on.
Barbasol does that to me, y'all, and so does Cad, coincidentally, but they have nothing to do with each other.
There's something approaching an almost minty thing happening.
Shut up.
I know, you'll be excited. It's not quite mint, but the greens in there are adding like almost mint leaf to me. Like sometimes we talk about herbs that are in the barbershops.
Right.
I think it's more one of those kind of herby sides happening.
Nice. Like a basil, maybe? Something like that?
Something in that lane. But it's vibrant and fresh here. It's not the whole whiff, but it's in there. And I think that was the mouthwatering side. Something in there edible.
Nice.
I'm trying to figure out what's giving me the clean side. It's not a soapy thing. It's not a powdery thing. It's its own new thing.
Oh.
Like, maybe it's almost a talky thing, but I don't think it's powder.
Gotcha.
There's something in it that is just clean, like a white stone. There's something in there.
Oh, gotcha.
Maybe granite. I have no idea.
Oh.
I'm just giving you some images here.
Wow.
Some different things. And then there's something that gets a different type of spice at the end. It's not quite bubblegum, but there's something, a way old cousin that could almost have a little bit of the gum from Bay Gum, but it's not. It's not quite pinky, but it's something. First whiff off the puck. I don't know. That's what I'm getting here.
Speaking my language, y'all.
I really don't remember half the set notes you were reading or any of the descriptions.
No, I don't
read
either.
Set notes, just kind of basic descriptions.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of those descriptions prepared me for this.
Nice.
It is an adventure. I was picturing, because it says Oxblood, I was picturing kind of this burgundy, kind of deeper side.
Right.
This is more fun and more playful and more clean and uplifting than I was expecting. So just the name kind of gave me a lane I thought I was going to be in. It is very not. It's its own lane. Like, out of all of the PAA stuff we have, I don't think we have it. It's not in the classic aftershave side to me. It doesn't go quite gourmandy. There's some things in it. After smelling this, I don't know if I would have known it was an homage.
Really?
Like, sometimes I can kind of tell, like, it's more of that cologne complex list of things.
Right.
This has a fun, different, playful side to me that I was not expecting.
Y'all. It was the pack we did recently where I said, that could actually smell like a shaving soap or an EDP. Because generally for us, they're pretty different. The shaving soaps invite you down into the scent notes to discover them and how they swirl around each other. But the fine EDPs are more about hiding those scent notes behind the curtain and giving you a brand new personality in their place. So this might be a little both?
I don't know. I really am not sure. I'm curious for you to get your nose on this because I can't decide if it's masculine. I can't decide if it's feminine. I don't know if I think it's more of a vibe if I had to pick. But I feel like it's definitely going to blow your skirt up from the whiffs I'm getting over here, my friend. I'm curious.
Well, I'm not going to sit around here any longer in my ignorance. Here we go. The shaken clam, ladies and gentlemen.
The Marcus way.
Oh, that's nice. It started to take me on a journey that the aftershaves of the 50s and 60s did, and it stopped before it got to Musky Town.
Yeah, I know.
And it just kept clean, kept minty, and then turned left and took me on a new kind of adventure. But hold on, this is rooted in history.
I would agree.
Oh.
But then it takes a little turn.
Oh, and I see what you meant by mint, and it's where the mint is meeting a creamy sense of almost the very inside of where a neroli would become a vanilla ice cream is what's happening in the center of that.
That's a good way to put it.
Oh, and then something almost approaching the spice of a leather, except hold on. It's in a gourmand lane. So I know, leather does come from a cow, you know, burgers, but that's not it. It's the spiciness of like a beautiful new conditioned leather that's almost somehow in gourmand town, and that's just the base notes. Whoa.
Yeah. Okay, and it does say it's a barbershop, so see if you can find.
Yes. Well, and I was thinking about the talc. I was thinking about a powder note or a baby powder note. No, but hold on, because the baby powder scents that we know, I think, goes back to Johnson & Johnson. They took heather, they took lavender, they took a bunch of scent notes and made that baby powder note that we all know. It's not this, but this is taking 4 or 5 scent notes, florals, a spice, a wood, to kind of create its own version of baby powder. So Johnson & Johnson never got their schnoz on it, and you had to turn talc into something else, and these folks had taken a swing at that. That's where this is headed for that in the mids. Whoa, and then let me see if I can experience these lights. Hold on.
Yeah, that's where I just kept detouring.
Oh, almost where a chalky floral would exist on top. So I think that's almost that talc note, not baby powder, but talc, and it's meeting with a floral.
Hey,
like,
I'm with you.
Almost a jasmine-y sense or a lily of the valley. Whoa, whoa. And then how those all cascade back down between each other is beautiful. Nothing goes dark like patchouli or tobacco. This all stays at a beautiful 2 o'clock, 2:30 in the afternoon vibe of being clean, put together. Ooh, and maybe even a contender for that Marcus Clean scent where when you walk by, you wouldn't even know you're wearing anything, but you would just be like, oh, that dude's clean. And boy, do I need that.
Do you get the kind of sweet bubblegummy kind of thing I was getting?
I'm so glad you said that. My brain was trying to, from a very adult paradigm, figure out what that was. And I realized, I have to put myself in the mind of a 7-year-old. That, a minty sort of baseball card bubblegum.
Yeah, I can't explain it better than that. That's where my nose went.
And yes, if they can put fecal notes into some of these fine colognes, they can put bubblegum, all right? And then all of it is given these 3D glasses of a creaminess. I don't know how it's doing that. It's not a lactonic, and it's not a neroli, but there is somehow a pervasive creaminess going on in this that might be a citrus, might be a bergamot, like a candied sort of bergamot. Oh, what a lovely personality this is. This is somebody who's ready for fun. Y'all, look at my face. This is the smell of a good mood. Yeah. This is just the smell of that good mood. Just walking down the street making up songs about the things that you're seeing. That's what this smells like. I don't even think I've ever said that before. This smells like a good mood.
I feel like if I'm on like a long car ride and we're off to adventure, like there's just something about putting the windows down and singing your lungs out and having a great time. That's in here too.
Hitting the same nostalgic place as an orange creamsicle.
Yes.
Somehow. And yet with some of those beautiful grown-up spices of my dad's colognes from the 50s and 60s.
Yeah. I don't know if those are any of the scent notes that are actually listed with this, but that's what we're getting.
And then almost, you're not out at sea yet. You're looking at the bay, but almost a little bit of an aquatic note hiding in there.
I almost said I got like a color of blue, and I think that's what it was.
Summer breeze. Y'all makes me feel fine. And y'all, since we are so lost in the woods on this, we're going to go back and look at the scent notes and build y'all a lather. Come along with us. All right, y'all, from the Fragrantica.com page on Santoral, here are your scent notes.
Top notes are metallic notes, aldehydes, cardamom, black pepper, water notes, violet leaf, ginger, and neroli.
That's how you know an EDP, y'all. You have got a long list of scent notes that click together beautifully. From the top, think the metallic note from Green Witch Envy, that Gucci Envy metallic note. A beautiful sense of chrome in the barbershop somehow. And let's have a grown-up conversation. I thought that note was going to be a little squinchy for me, and it wasn't. I loved it.
I wouldn't even know it's in there, but now that you say it, if it wasn't there, you'd miss it.
Right.
Cardamom, black pepper, water notes, violet leaf, ginger, and neroli.
Y'all, when I reached out to Fran at the very beginning of our journey with a pretty stupid question, her answer was, Marcus, everything has a scent, including water, if you think about it. She's absolutely right. And here, it's a scent note. I do sense that, along with the violet leaf, along with the black pepper, as almost a subtly sweet, subtly bitter sense under the surface, and it's binding beautifully with the pepper and the ginger. And then the middle notes.
Lavender. There's the barbershop maybe thing. Beeswax. Mind your beeswax.
That's brilliant. It's not honey.
No.
I don't sense honey, but I do know what beeswax smells like. And y'all, that's it.
Right?
Leather, lime, parenthesis, linden blossom.
Oh, boy.
Are you kidding? And cyclamen.
Wow.
And we're only 2/3 of the way there. Yeah. And in each tier, hints at a barbershop. So I think I know why some of the more educated brethren have hinted at that as well. Because here in the base notes are oak moss and honey with woody notes. And then
tonka bean, amber, patchouli, vanilla, white musk, myrrh, cedar, and gurgeon balsam. Gurgeon?
Gurgeon balsam. And y'all, generally, a fougere is defined by a ferny green sense. And this is doing it in more of a charming way than I have ever experienced before. But I'm trying to figure out how it's doing it. What in here is the green? The oak moss?
Violet leaf is green.
Right.
Oak moss. There's something about the woody amber stuff too here.
Right.
And the cedar at the end. And maybe even the balsam. Like more of the woods are somehow adding.
That's what's doing it. An almost evergreeny fougere. That's what this is.
But I feel like it's without the green somehow.
Yeah,
Like, even this says it's an aromatic fougere. So there's something happening. I would say it's a fougere, but it's different.
It's not the rose stemminess. It's more the oak moss sort of side of it.
But I still get a playful side, and I'm not sure.
Yes.
It's like whatever the other... I mean, obviously, it's a giant list of scent notes. But overall, I still get that fun side of the fougere.
That is the best word for this. Playful. And if you want to see a couple of people at play, you better see us build a lather here in a second. Where did you get this brush and bowl from?
So this is my Phoenix Amber Aerolite, and I have my abalone from the K1 Workshop, the smaller size.
You know how many abalone we had to put down to get that bowl? It's resin. Relax.
But it does look real. I gotta say, there's something about it that you have to be like, oh wait, that is just resin somehow.
What's Melinda call this? The octopus arms?
Octopus arms. You gotta stick the
here?
soap into the octopus arms.
And y'all, we're just gonna wet the soap with some water here and let the rest of it run down to the bottom of the bowl. And then we're gonna show you our lathering technique here at the Barbershop Duet. We're gonna take that brush, which Douglas might tell you has a little bit more of a firmer backbone than some of the other brushes at PAA. And we're gonna go one way, forwards. We're gonna go backwards the other way. We're gonna push down, see what the backbone has to say. But then we're gonna rotate the brush, give those circular bristles a new orientation with which to grab at that soap. And then why not? Do it again. Rotate the brush. Go forwards. Go backwards. Start drawing all of that soap into the bristles themselves. That way, when you go down for the water and you're building your lather, you're doing it between the bristles of the brush and the bottom of the bowl.
A few moments later.
And the bubbles will start nice and big,
Yo.
and then they're gonna get a little smaller and smaller.
And y'all, if you are not members of the fan page over on Facebook for Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements, we discuss really important things like the Lazarus method, the goofy hand technique. You need to be there. The goofy hand technique is not what I thought it was. I love how dapper and not sweet this needs to go. This has all of its charm and all of its character within a very masculine, subdued level of sweet that really lets you dive down into those grassy, herby, woody scent notes, where if it were too sweet, I don't think you could.
Sometimes you mention a really bougie, fancy, masculine bubble bath, and somehow that's coming out here too.
I take baths. You want to fight about it? Gucci envy, Greenwich envy, a bubble bath at the Carlisle Hotel in New York City. Call me wrong.
All right, my friend, I think the lather is about to fall out of this bowl.
Y'all, I know we never discuss lather here at the Barbershop Duet, but are you looking at this? Oh. And y'all, while we do love watching the Shave Trooper's new channel, he doesn't shave the face either because he'd have to take off his helmet. So we're going to show you how this lather coats the face. Look at that. Oh, soft like little bunnies.
There are lots of layers to this scent. I know reading that list, there was tons in there, but I feel like every time you use this, you would find different layers or different connections somehow.
That's the cool thing about these EDPs, and that is where the talent of those folks come in because they are able to take giant amounts of scent notes and click them together in tiny little ways like no one else can. Like when you see like a 2,000 piece jigsaw puzzle and you're like, wow, how'd you do that? That's what this is giving me the sense of.
It's interesting because I think we talk about all the different types of barbershops. I think this could be a really crowd-pleasing type of barbershop because a lot of people aren't fans of the powderness of it, or some don't like the blue side, like it's too new for them.
Right.
This is kind of right in the middle.
This might be one Sloppy would like. And y'all, I happen to know where the red fern grows. You want to follow me down? We'll go a little deeper. How is it not a barbershop? Well, it's got a little bit of a creamy brick angle going on that I have not experienced in a barbershop before, but I think it adds to it. I think it gives it a down home on the corner in Hill Valley masonry and stone sense to this barbershop, and I love this.
It's still a very bright scent profile. It's not a dark barbershop. It's still on that brighter, cleaner side for me, though.
Nothing goes down into the shadows, the patchouli, the tobacco. Nothing is darker. Nothing's dank at all. This is the anti-dank.
Yeah.
And if this helps point you in a direction, I'm not actually sure how a splash is going to smell like this.
No.
This is really outside the box of anything we smelled before.
Well, knowing it came from an EDP originally, that might be an interesting side.
Oh, before we imbibe, y'all, this is something you will only find here in the Barbershop Duet. This is the Oregon Trail one of your oxen is sick with. On 3, 1, 2. Oh, there's no dysentery in here at all.
A little less of the minty bubblegum, but there's still something fun in the middle.
And I don't want to neglect that sense of mint because it's not a peppermint. It's not a wintergreen. It's like a creamy corn or creamy spearmint mint under the surface of this.
Subtly, but it's there.
Whoa. Y'all, I think for me, there's like a grown-up side of this and a kid side of this.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Frosted Mini Wheat commercials in like the 80s and 90s where it was a guy in a business suit and he sits down and he's got his shredded wheat in front of him where he says the weedy side is for the grown-up in me, but then it flips over and it shows the powdered sugar side and he turns into a little kid in like a baseball uniform and he goes, but the kid in me enjoys the sugary sweet side. That's this. This has got a grown-up side in a business suit ready to go for the day. And a kid in a baseball uniform inside, ready to go out and seek adventure on the sandlot. That's where I am putting my flag. This is the most grown-up, childish soap I have ever smelled. You'll smell better just watching this. Thank you. Good night. Woo, I am so excited for this splash. And y'all, this is the glass restrictor on the top of the aftershaves. And this is the little plastic plug that you got to get your fingernail under. All right, let's see if I can do this on the first try here.
That would be...
Here we go.
Let's see.
Ready? 1, 2. Ah, there we go. And let me show you something cool about these aftershave bottles. You can turn them over and nothing's going to come out. Why? Because that's how the restrictor works. You got to give it a little shake and just one drop at a time at first when it's really full. It's going to come out. Once you've used a bit, it'll come out a little faster. But don't be afraid. You can't use too much. I'm going to do this Angelo style. Here we go. Both hands. And wow.
Oh, I almost got like a clean Melanie thing.
That! I can't believe you said that. 100%.
A nice shave kind of thing?
Whoa,
For a
honey?
minute.
Florals?
Right.
Woo!
If Avo Nice Shave could be turned into a barbershop, that's my first whiff.
My brain couldn't find it, but that's what it was. There is something from Avo Nice in this, and it's Avo Nice. But it's not the avocado part. What is that?
It's like a cucumber Melanie kind of like, I mean, let it dry down. But that was the first thing, like, off the first whiff I got.
That's what I love about some of these more complex fragrances. You can find all kinds of things in them, and that's what they're for. Coconut oud. How did I get popcorn in the middle of that? But I did. Oh, it's just a sunlit day and a guy with a song in his heart where nothing's going to bother him. That's what this smells like.
Right? I feel like the part of Avo Nice Shave, like maybe it's the ocean notes. Or water notes, I think it said. There's something outdoorsy, like I'm out in the sun. I am out wanting to sing to all the tops of the mountains. I have no idea why, but it really does. There's something fun. And yet adult-ish enough. You could disguise yourself at work wearing this for sure.
This is not the smell of vacation. This is the smell of like winning the lottery.
Yeah.
That's what this smells. It does smell a bit expensive.
It does.
When you get right down to it.
I feel like it's worth every penny because there's something about this that can't wipe the smile off your face if it tried.
Second coat, y'all. Oh, it's just a charmer. This thing has the gift of gab. How does it do that?
Do you feel like you ever would have smelled the original of this? Like there's any part of it that's familiar to you?
I grew up in theater. I don't know anyone that could afford this.
It's funny because it was called Oxblood. I was really picturing like a deeper, leathery something.
Right, it's like Sangre de Drago or something like that, like a deep, rich red.
I was really by this label led to believe it, but no, there is some fun happening.
I'm kind of given like a turquoise blue sense when I take this in. What color do you see?
Even like a pinkish, like fun bubblegummy kind of thing.
Right.
There's charm to it. There's something fun and childlike.
She's going to die on that bubblegum hill.
Sorry.
But she's right. She's 100% right. And y'all, when you think back to your childhood, that is one of those top 10 scents that defines fun, defines adventure for you. Opening up your baseball cards and seeing what you got.
It's funny. I never thought a doppelganger would have been, in my mind, close to Avo Nice Shave or Begum or something in that realm.
Right. Well, I think, too, it has to do with the person who's smelling it.
Yes.
We are the Blues Clues of the shaving soap world. We know that. We have come to peace with it a long time ago. So, of course, we're going to get the vanillas. We're going to get the bubblegums. We're going to get kind of more of those things. Mm-hmm. But be aware, if you are a little bit more of the sophisticated type, you are going to sense those beautiful woods, those beautiful spices.
And the aquatic side to this is really prevalent, too.
And if you would ever need a little reminder on your shoulder that you don't have to take life quite so seriously, this is the scent of that. So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be out on the Oregon Trail, deciding that you're going to push your wagon into that river and see how it does. And just about the time you lose both your oxen and shove your Apple IIgs against the library wall, you're going to get your own. So head over to their website at phoenixartisanaccoutrements.com. Or even better, do it by way of the link in the description. It's an affiliate link, which lets them know that we sent you, and it gives us back a small percentage of the sale, which we'll probably spend on soap so we can make more episodes. It's at no cost to you, and we would be grateful. Well, I have had my shave, y'all, with Doppelgänger Oxblood, an absolutely beautiful melding of the man-mades and the naturals to put you right there in the center of the action with a beautiful hotel lobby surrounding you, but a beautiful floral on your lapel. And the lather, y'all, Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements is a joy. Every time I go to shave, I get to do a little ice skating with my razor blade. Even my most aggressive razors are tamed by this formula, allowing me to have fun on my second and third pass. Thank you, Douglas and Fran. We'll be back for a little continuum series at the end of the month.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, also, it is that magic time. We are going to choose our lucky winner for a $20 e-gift card to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. Thank you to everyone who sent in an email to WeSentYou@theBarbershopDuet.com to enter this giveaway. And here is a list of the names that we received and your corresponding lucky numbers.
Ronald, Ronnie, Matthew, Anthony, Andrew, Stanley, Ryan, Will, John, Brian, Randy, and Eric.
And here is that magic time. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 12.
Here's a number between 1 and 12. It's 12.
12.
Wow,
Eric Smith! Congratulations, buddy. You are our lucky winner. Let us know what you get. And to everyone else, thank you for entering our giveaway. And be sure to put your name in for our McDuff's giveaway in the month of March. And I'm just putting it out there that it has a beautiful side label on it. I am a fan.
I'm really glad we have not walked today because oddly, this, I think, with the ocean air from our ocean not too far away, and this are going to be wonderful friends.
I am hooking my wagon to a couple of oxen and I'm going to enjoy this as I get to know it this afternoon. What a beautiful, outside the box, unexpected delight this turned out to be.
I can totally see why this was a perennial, and I am so glad, again, for the Purge to force us to actually get this. And now we understand we were just a little late.
What did you think it was going to smell like?
I really thought it was going to be like a deeper, more masculine leather, kind of a burgundy color in mine.
Yeah.
This was way more playful than I was expecting.
Way more friendly, way more sunlit. This is spring, summer.
Right? I am with you, and I'm thoroughly impressed. I think you would wear this, I would wear this. There's fun sides to this. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching it.